Sure would be an issue if All Might's powers just completely gave out with all these cameras watching. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to My Hero Academia Season 3, Episode 11. So, in the last episode, they saved Bakugo, and the League of Villains all pieced out because, yeah, it turns out, All for One, he's a giant megalomaniac asshole, but at least he knows how to keep his dudes safe. Like, for the most part. Like, when he's not stabbing them with his quirk activation finger. But, they'll be fine. And also, you start to see the first hints that, yeah, All Might don't got much time left. He don't got much time left as the symbol of peace. Kinda running out of juice on that. Maybe you should have topped up that tank. Maybe they should, you know, like, hey, you know, like, you just take, like, half a hair, you know? Like, you know? I mean, isn't that what one for all is, you know? Like, you get, like, stockpile and pass on power? I don't know, just a thought. Like, maybe that's a power that none of the goddamn muscle heads that use this shit never thought of. I don't know. But it's gonna be a really interesting, episode, I get the feeling, because, in the manga, it's really neat. At least if this is going to go as far as I think it does, and it also kind of sets up the entirety of, like, the next few arcs. Minus the provisional license exam, which is essentially a non sequitur. So everything that happens here, all the fallout from this episode, like, we're probably not even gonna feel it until season 4, if the provisional license exam takes up the rest of the season, which I really hope it doesn't, because I'd rather not just have 10 episodes of straight fighting. But that's what filler's for, I guess. I don't know. They'd probably get it done in, like, 4 episodes, max. Let's get this going, though, in 3, 2, 1, and go. The reason I went so long is because there's a stinger this time, and I want to talk about it. Oh, they're just going right into the flashback. Neat. This is where the symbol of peace idea comes in. Man, the voice of young All Might sounds really neat. Is it just pitched up, or is it a different actor? I can't actually tell. Oh, man. Yeah, there you are. Oh, I thought that would actually go further than that. I swear I would have thought that... Huh. I thought that was going to be longer than that. Okay, but... Alright. So, Nana is a really interesting character that we are never going to see all that much of, unless she fucking just appears. But no, she dead. Like, that's not even a spoiler, she dead. And it kind of sucks because the world before All Might is a world that I really hope we get more insight into at some point. Because we know so much about what the world during All Might is, and we're about to learn what the world after All Might is. But the world before All Might, where it was Nana with One for All, it seems like it's entirely focused on, no, I'm just gonna be just a normal-ass hero, just fly under the radar, and then when All for One shows up, I'm gonna beat his ass. That seems like the only thing that it gets used for. Because, like, the Yakuza still exist. It's not until All Might gets it and goes, like, whole ham with it, and is like, you know what, fuck it. I'm gonna be the biggest dicked hero to ever swing the big dick. That he, like, completely annihilates everything except, like, supervillains. And just, I want to know what the world was like when you had heroes going against Yakuza. And like, what, like, a full-on Yakuza with superpowers was. I really want to know that. Especially because... isn't, like, the number of people that don't have quirks going down over time? Or am I just extrapolating that from information that is, like, just barely even there? I don't know. I don't remember. I keep forgetting how loud Bakugo is. Even when he's mumbling, he's going, "Yes! I am mumbling!" Like, compare the volumes, like, if you're following along. Compare the volumes of Bakugo and fucking Deku. It's great, because it implies he's slightly deaf. Because he's just like, right next to explosions all the time. Uh, like, I really want to know more about her era. Like, was she just lazy, or did she just not have the ambition that All Might does? Apparently she was just shit. Okay, then. This is entirely him shit-talking. 110% him shit-talking. Ooh! Oh, man. It's, like... As much as it doesn't make any sense for Gran Torino to be there from, like, oh, we brought together all of the heroes, and this just old man. I'm really glad he's there, because this entire fight basically hinges on him being there. It's almost as if the guy who can use any quirk has adapted to not get punched in the face. I don't know. Oh boy. I hate how the localization turned Kamino into Kamino. I hate that. Because in the manga, it's literally Kamino as it's pronounced in fucking Star Wars. Because it's a pun. Because it's where Nomus are cloned. And Star Wars is where clones are made. Hey, and here's the flash to all the fucking side characters that no one cares about. See, there's one! Ochiko fags get out. Oh, there's Aya's mama! Like, Aoyama's, like, oh, I love Aoyama. He's the best. Like, he hasn't got nearly as much play yet, but he will, and I'm gonna love him for it. He the best. Like, I always hear him saying shit like that, and it's like, oh man, he works so hard to chip this away, like, it doesn't feel right, but I need to kill you. Like, he's, like, it's kind of fucked up, but he is so considerate towards fucking Shigaraki, it's kind of weird. Oh no, it's a civilian. Ooh. Ooh. It's kind of painful to watch. Like, fucking all of it just got blown away in an instant. Oh, that's such a oh. God, like, I don't really have words for that. That's such, like, a powerful thing. The thing is, though, All Might could technically roll with this and go like, oh, he had a desiccation quirk. I'll be fine, just give me some time, but... Like, he can just bear, like, the muscle form is gone after this, though, which is unfortunate. Oh, I love this. I love this. Come on. Oh, you fucking prick. What a bitch. And there's the reveal. Shigaraki is the fruit of your sensei's loins. Oofed into the fucking 1930s. The Great Depression. Oh, this is so mean. This is so mean. Because it's so fucking bad. Because, like, All Might should be the father figure to Shigaraki. Instead, it's this prick. Oh, it's so great. Oh, I love One for All. He's such a, or All for One. He's such a fucking prick. That's a great villain. I don't care what the fuck you say. That's a great fucking villain right there. Do the smile. Except for when the ones smiling have fucking terminal cancer. That's a little bit rough. Oh, he's got no facial expressions and, like, no ability to emote, but now he's such a fucking charismatic asshole. I love it. You can see the exact moment where All Might's heart breaks. All Might, please, we don't care that you're Skeletor. Please, Secret Skeletor, save us. I love how there's just all these quirks, it just turns you into a furry. Quirk, degeneracy. I love how even with all this, like, this whole thing is like, All Might's like, no, if people know that I'm a wimpy baby, then no, they won't believe in me anymore. And then, like, it shows up and they're like, no, All Might, we still believe in you. Like, it kind of makes him look like a fucking vainglorious prick, but in, like, a good way. Like, he's so concerned for the people's opinions. But, like, in the end, they still love him. I love it. And it sucks, because he's never gonna figure it out. Because I don't think he's ever told what public opinion is. You had a quirk all along. The quirk of having no powers. Oh, man. Oh, man, I love this because he's basically fighting like how Deku should now. Deku can't do, like, his whole body properly. Or at least he couldn't, at least. And even like right now, he can only do, like, his full body at, like, what, like 20%? So anything higher, he has to go, like, limb by limb. And now All Might has to fight that exact same way. I fucking love it. It's the best. Like, just limb by limb power-ups. It honestly be the power I'd want, honestly. Like shift, like, power balancing. Like fucking all power to the fist. Hey, there's dick shit. And there's Edgeshot, the guy who I really should not... A guy I should totally remember, but I don't, because I'm a dumb. Oh, I didn't even catch that the first time I read this. They're all mid-rangers. Oh, no. That's, like, only just coming up in the manga, like, right now. Like, in the chapter that came out, like, last week. Man, Endeavor looks so much better when he's not got his head on fire. Holy shit. Like, if he just, like, turned off his fire mustache, he would look so much better. Probably wouldn't hate his design as much. The power of friendship. They all believe in All Might so much that just look, we'll distract him and get all the fucking civilians out. Just beat his ass. Yeah, oh no, he does figure it out. Ed Shot tells him. I got it. Oh man, Gran Torino got fucking short. Keep forgetting that's what he looked like when he was younger. Jesus. I love like Vlad and the fucking principal like go, 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 like fucking hyping him up. Oh, I forgot about Asui crying. Like for someone who like speaks so matter of factly, she's so fucking emotional when she wants to be. Like she's got the best faces in this entire fucking show. Fight me on that. Best girl, second best girl, best hero girl. Give him your energy! The Genki Dama! Get got. Get got, all of you. All Might's running at like fucking like 2% battery. He's in power saver mode, his flashlight doesn't turn on anymore, and he can still take attacks and fucking blow everyone else's dick off. Oh, man. Oh man, that thing is fucking disgusting in color. I thought that thing looked gross before, but not in color. Oh god. Oh man, like that's even quirks that we actually already know. That's like some of Shoji's quirks are in there, and oh god. Fucking expose. Oh, he's just exposed. Like, it's a good thing there's no microphones. Oh, that's such a good effect. Oh man, that was like it was fucking like negating goddamn time and space. That was a good impact effect, dude. You should have done more than nothing. Thanks for reminding me I've been a shit teacher. Now that's my resolve. As an anime protagonist, I now win. Uh, there's Hollow All Might, resisting the curse of the undead around the bonfire. Remember, this is an anime. Oh, that's so good. Like, I just love the concept of that. Just switching the power between arms for, like, alternate. Oh, I love that. Like, I mean, result's not super great. He just Midori'd his arm, but. But hey, still looks neat. Oh man, I can't wait for some dank memer on the internet to fucking sync this up with You Say Run and ruin the emotional impact. He just used the power of One for All to fucking heal his busted arm. United States of Smash! Yes! Oh! Oh, that's good! Oh, say, can you see? And there it goes. There goes all of his powers. And the fact that nobody walks over and just fucking pops him with a 9mm is just... Like, there should be, like, cops standing by, just come over and just go, alright, it's done. And there it is. Can still do muscle form. There's no reason for him to be able to do muscle form still. But there it is. Because All Might the best. Not even any fucking embers anymore. I mean, if he really wanted to, he could still pretend. Like, oh, he had desiccation powers. Like, I'll recover eventually. Just give me, like, give me a bit. And just kind of, like, take a step back and just not do official hero work, you know? I don't know. Maybe he's just a better person than I am. No, 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 wait for it! Wait for it! Oh, this is the best. It's your turn! Oh! That's just generic enough that it could mean literally fucking anything. Like, unless you're in the unless like you're in the crowd, you're fucking Deku, or like anyone who knows the secret. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, your turn now, Deku. Get good, scrub. Get good. Don't fuck it up. There's no more where this came from. The well is dry. Fuck goes like, why is he crying? Crying for? Stupid. Oh, that's the end of it. Alright. Okay. Well, everybody, there ends the good arc. Stand by for the only arc in this series that I fucking hate, but I'm gonna watch it anyway. Get ready for, like, a lot more negativity to come, like, unless the animation really turns me around on this arc, because reading it, I was not a fan. Like, for Risidy Reels, I was not. But this entire arc, as it went, the All for One arc, I love it. So, All for One is... So, waifus aside, All for One is probably my favorite hit. It's probably my favorite villain, like, so far. Like, I like Shigaraki. Shigaraki's really good, and he's got like a really interesting motivation and his neurosis about his hands. You know, not his hands, but like his hands. I think that's an interesting thing that we're slowly learning about piece by piece. Unfortunately, we're not gonna see him in a large capacity for a good long while. Like, I mean, that's just kind of how it works. But every little bit, every time he shows up, we learn something new about him, which is good. And he's also evolving as a character with his powers and with his organization skills and basically like how he leads the league. Is really good. I like it. Just like and like all the rest of the villains are like kind of like jobbers. I don't know. Like I think the only other villain that has like a main like a really big presence is probably Toga. Overhaul, who we haven't met yet, is pretty good. I like him. Yeah, everyone else is basically just a jobber. Twice is pretty neat, or like, you know, the guy who's like the guy who makes clones. That guy's pretty neat too, but he's kind of like tied to Toga's hip. He's more like an attack dog than an actual villain, so he's not super great. But above them all, like that's one thing that I will say this series does kind of have an issue with, and it's the same issue that a lot of shonens have, is that like unless you're like a main antagonist or you're an antagonist who has a special thing about them that makes them interesting, the pool is a little bit shallow. But Shigaraki and All For One especially, are 110% like they kind of carry it. All For One is basically anti All Might, and through him we learn that Shigaraki is basically anti Deku. That like the idea is that he wants to pass on his power to Shigaraki because, I mean, look at him. Fucking look at him. He's not having a good time. He's like fucking a bajillion and a half years old. It's not great. It's not great. And he's also at this point where he is a constantly evolving villain. Like, anytime he shows up in the future, he can just have any new quirk, so long as he steals it. Like, he stole Ragdoll's quirk, and, like, I mean, I don't know how he'll use it, because he doesn't have eyes, but when it comes down for him to come back, I guarantee you it's going to play into it somehow. Or he's going to pass it on to someone. Because he can do that too. He can give quirks and take them away. So that's the thing. Yeah, he's like it's just really interesting. Like this almost eldritch being. Like he existed from like a time like before like, oh crazy. Like he's from like a time that is basically unrecognizable if you compare it to the modern day. Like he's like fucking like I don't even know. Like he was created, like he created One for All. Sorry, I don't know why I'm fucking my words up here, but I'm trying to like get across why I like him so much as a villain, because like he's the main crux of this arc. There's like what, like seven One for Alls, right? So let's assume that a One for All. Right, let's say that they're active for, on average, maybe like a decade, maybe two. Let's go up and say 2 decades, right? So there's 7 of them: 20, 40, 60, fucking 80, 100, 120, 140. 140 years this guy has been around. That'd be the equivalent. That would be the equivalent of someone from like a fucking century ago being sealed away because they were such a fucking problem, and then being just woken up in the modern day with these fucking powers that we don't understand, knowledge that we don't get because we've forgotten about it, or we've iterated on it so much that we don't know how the original thing worked, which happens. Like, how many people nowadays would know how to run a fucking Victorian-era steam engine? I don't think many people would. You know, and, like, he's kind of in that place. But also, he's kind of old and busted, which is why he's looking for a successor, I would say. So you've got, like, this guy who's so old and busted that his face has literally scabbed over, and he has no eyeballs, and he is still beating the strongest hero in existence, like, to a fucking standstill. Yeah, like, granted, like, All Might is nowhere near his prime, but still, he's still stronger than every other hero. And he is still beating All Might to a standstill. Like, could you imagine, like, what, like, Shigaraki with that power, plus his own, versus Deku, like, would be? Like, of course, assuming that, like, this is them, like, once they've trained and they've hit peak, right? Like, fuck, like this whole arc is just so much like, hey, here's a taste of what is going to happen at the end of the series. This is it. This is Naruto versus Sasuke, like the round 1. Right? Have a nice big taste of this, because this is fighting at, like, really strong levels, right? Like, oh, fuck. I'm being like a white girl, aren't I? This is stronger than what we have now, but still nowhere near where we'll end up, and look at how fucking cool it is, and then breaking it off, and then being like, right, look forward to round 2 at the very end of the series. And then what do? Very end of Naruto, they go right back, they have round 2, and it's fucking even better. With flash cuts back to... Like, I feel like that's where they're going. They're going to end this series with Shigaraki, with One For All, versus Deku at max strength. And it's going to be a replay of this. And we're gonna see how it goes. And it's going to be really cool. And probably, you know, Deku's probably also going to have his friends, because I feel like Deku, like, here's the thing that's really cool about All Might. All Might is very much a lone wolf. Like, as much as he smiles like, haha, symbol of peace and community, like, he doesn't take help. Everything he does, like, no, I have to do it. Me alone, just me. Which is probably the reason why he got his shit kicked in and he's missing most of his torso. Deku, meanwhile, he very much leans on his friends. And I feel like if his friends keep getting stronger and he keeps making new friends, then he's going to be more than a match for Shigaraki at the end. And of course, Shigaraki's the same way. Shigaraki has friends, minions, associates. And like at the end, instead of that, we're gonna have like this big end battle where it's like a fucking great ass ninja fucking war, you know what I mean? Like, I hate referencing Naruto so much, but, like, you can see, like, the parallels. Like, Naruto is the most generic-ass shonen anime to ever be generic, right? Like, you can, like, count it beat for beat for beat, because Naruto literally wrote the fucking playbook on it. But it also sucks giant dick. Especially, like, when you hit, like, the time skip. This, though, it's following that same playbook, and you can see the same beats being hit. But it's doing it in a way that is unique and is honestly way more enjoyable. Like, as much as I hate the provisional license exam, which is literally just like a battle royale version of the fucking Chunin exam, as much as I hate that arc, I have to say I respect it a little bit. I hate it from a creative point of view, but by God, do I respect him for trying it. Just yeah, like this whole arc. It is entirely. It's like, here's where our heroes are at now. Grossly overmatched. Like, no, this is not gonna happen. Here's what, like, people at, like, past their prime with these powers can do. And look at them level this city. That's it. The fight with All Might and All For One, I mean, it's great. It's great. Like, you see it's very kinetic. You see and you feel the impact. You see them honestly struggling to do things that they probably should be able to do normally. Like, you can see, like, that All For One, like, his main method of attacking is being an asshole and playing on All Might's fears and doubts, which is also something that's really good. It's a villain that has all this ungodly power, but his greatest ability is to shit talk. It's great. But in addition, you also see that, like, despite the fact that he should, in theory, have access to fucking every goddamn quirk he's ever been able to steal, he really just stuck with, like, the same, like, 2 or 3. Those shockwaves, and then at the end, that giant fist that was, like, 20 different quirks. But it really wasn't as impressive as we've been told he used to be. So you have that kind of disconnect there, and you get this feeling in the back of your head that, like, either he's doing something, or he's feeling the same thing All Might is. And once you see his face revealed, and you see that, like, he's essentially just a mouth with a giant scab for a head, you kind of get it, like, All Might's been disfigured by time, but so has he. And he's had way more time to get disfigured, and yet All Might fell so much faster. So you get, like, this feeling of, oh, okay, we have time before this guy fucking just annihilates everything. But at the same time, you're like, it took him, like, at least a century to get this weak. Now imagine him at full power, or him passing on this power to someone who's still growing. It's a dire implication, and I like it a lot. Anyway, everybody, that's all I have to say. Basically nothing but positives for this, to be honest. Provisional license exam, like, that's really it. Like, I'm just gonna say, like, unless the anime saves it, which, I mean, it might. I wasn't a giant fan of the race, during the sports festival. I wasn't a big fan of the race, because bear in mind though, I watched the anime first then, and then I read the manga afterwards. So, like, when I hit that point in the manga, I wasn't as impressed. But then again, like, I don't have that thing of, like, oh, I don't have that thing of, like, oh, I wonder what this will look like animated, because I already saw it animated and it was better. So maybe we'll have the same thing there. It's like they take a section of the series that I really, really don't like, and they'll make it enjoyable, at least from, like, a pure visual sense. But I don't think they can turn me around on the actual story and the progression of events. I don't think they can do that. I don't know. That's just me, though. Anyway, let me know what you thought down there in the comments about both this arc and maybe the upcoming arc, if you've already read the manga. But please try and keep it spoiler-free as best you can. I've been doing my best to try and keep spoilers to a minimum. I know sometimes I goof up, and I'll say something that maybe hasn't been revealed yet, but I'm trying, fam. I'm trying. Anyway. Yeah, leave me a comment down below, and feel free, and don't feel free, no, do it though. I'm trying to peer pressure you now. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up button, because that helps a whole bunch. And if you're new here, and you want more My Hero Academia content, like manga arcs, when manga arcs are done, we're going to actually just do big discussion videos on them, so that's going to be fun. Feel free to subscribe and hit that bell icon. And if you really love my content, and you want to help steer where the channel goes in the future, and why not donate on Patreon? That's linked down there in the down in the description, and I'll get you access to the special patrons-only Discord channel, where lots of pictures of cute animals, both mine and others, are posted, and you also get priority recommendations. Well, majority of animes that I'm watching that aren't this are all patrons requests, and we got a patron-requested LP coming up too. And also, we have a patron request stream going now. So, like, any and all of my content is open for patron requests. So, hey, that's the thing you can do to bully me into watching the thing that you really like. There you go. Anyway, I am Nozz, and I will see you in the next video. But most importantly, I'll become a trash mammal today, and I will see you around the room.